if it comes to it, I mean, I'm just going to take it and I'll just shank somebody with this thing, right? I don't really know if I can show that on YouTube, me pretending to shank somebody, but boom, boom, boom. She fights, screams, and weeps while being kidnapped, blindfolded, and dragged to her waiting husband-to-be in the shocking TikTok video. What the hell is that? Welcome back, everybody, to the Beyond the BS podcast, episode 17. Today we're going to be doing a ASMR-filled episode, so get excited, get ready, and I hope you enjoy. I'm just kidding. That, I was really, I was planning on doing a Bob Ross impression, which, I mean, that was probably pretty close still, but that's what it turned into. I don't know. That was just in my head. I just wanted to do it, so yeah, that's where we are. What's going on, everybody? Episode 17. Welcome back. We are, like I said, the upload schedule is going to be a little out of whack for a while until I get moved. So, at the moment, you guys, you don't know that this video is coming out, but when it does come out, it'll be a few days late from the original schedule. So, like I said, but whatever. As I say every episode, platforms we're on, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and Spotify, as well as, obviously, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. So if you want to go check any of that out, that'd be great. But, yeah, we're back and ready to get into it, ready to get back to the show where we just, we show up with barely any notes or content to go with, and we just roll and keep it going. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I'm also, when you're on the grind, right? When you're on the grind of trying to work for something outside of, like, obviously work or whatever else you have going on in your life, work, school, whatever, you have to fit it into time windows. And a lot of the time I can't make that happen with my ADHD and a lot of crap. But today I'm giving it my best shot. And currently, I believe, let's see, my imaginary watch here, yep, I believe it's about 12:20 right now, and I have to leave here at 1:20. So we've got a good hour. We've got a good solid hour. I actually, it's going to be tight, because I need to leave a little earlier than that, actually, but we're going to try and make it work, because I have to go to a tattoo deal to get one of my tattoos touched up, whatever. It's the only time I can squeeze in, and then right after that, I have to go to work. So that's lovely. So, we're on the grind. We're just making it happen, but we're here, and we're excited. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing with my day today. Actually, this morning, so I know what I said, I think I said in the last episode, I've been doing a lot of boxing training lately, really getting into it, training pretty hard for the last, 4-ish months now, I think, somewhere around there. It's, I love it. It's a lot of fun. I've been told for a while now by a lot of people that I need to get into boxing, so that's what I've been doing, trying to take it serious, get into it and stuff, and try to do something with it. But this morning, I went to the gym. I was there for almost 3 hours, worked myself into the ground, and yeah, now I'm here. It was actually a really good workout, I have to say. What I'm about to tell you is not going to sound very healthy, right? At least that's what everybody's told me that I'm doing it. I told my girlfriend and my mom, and one of my friends. And they all said, that's not a great idea. But, you get ideas in your head and you just go with it. So currently, today and tomorrow, it's a little 2-day thing. I'm going to be doing a water and protein shake only kind of fast deal. Now, fasting is not the healthiest thing in the world, right? It's just not. Now, do I believe there's some benefits to it? Sure, there is. Like everything else, there's some benefits to it, but it's not the healthiest thing in the world. But I've done a few fasts before when I was in high school. Like, my weight right now, I usually stay around like 170 to 175 is usually where my weight is, like, all the time, no matter what. Here lately, I've gained a few extra pounds for some reason, so this morning I weighed in at 177, which was, not too fun, but that's usually what my weight is around. And I've done fast before. When I was in high school and I really started to work out a lot, whatever, and really wanted to lose weight, I just lost my mind and like just wanted to lose the weight. So I was doing very long fasts that were not good for me. And I used to be actually like 200, 205, and now I'm, like I said, 170, 175. So that's a lot of weight that I cut off there because of that stuff that I used to do. But I used to do fast and stuff like that in high school. So I've done them before. And then, I work out all the time, like I've told you guys before. But I came to the realization I don't want to put myself through hell, and just deprive my body of the nutrients it needs, right? But also, I want to cut my weight back down. My goal here is to attempt over the next month, over like month and a half, try to cut down to 160, which is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So I'm trying a little short fast here. I had my protein shake this morning. It helped me through pretty good. I was feeling pretty amazing this morning, actually, through my workout and afterwards. I was feeling pretty great. I'm feeling a little decline. I can feel the decline right now. It's hitting me a little bit. So I'm going to have another protein shake before I go to work for sure. For sure, to get me through that shit. I'm going to need another one. So we're going to do that. I've been just pounding water. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, because with boxing, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out, where I want to go, where I want to be, what I want to do. Because I want to actually fight. I want to actually do a fight and make something happen. Like, I've sparred people before, and I just love it. I have a lot of fun with it. So I want to actually fight people. I don't know what weight I want to actually fight at. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know all the weight classes. Like, I know a handful of them or whatever, but I don't know the exact weights. But like I said, right now I'm 170, 175. If I cut down to 160, I just want to see like where my body's at with that and see like what is going on. I don't know. That's where I'm at. So I'm going to try and cut down to 160 and see, because I have like, with boxing right now, I have quite a bit of power behind me, and I'm pretty thick. So I feel like if I can I'm not going to lose the thickness. Like, I'm obviously going to, if I cut down to 160, I'm going to tighten up. But I'm not gonna lose the thickness. I'm just thick. That's I've always just been thick. So I'm not gonna lose that. But if I can keep my power and still stay at 160, I don't know. I think it could be good. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. Yeah. Talking about boxing, we have today. So once this video comes out, it'll actually be over. But I'll still talk about it a little bit, give you guys my perspective on it. So the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight is happening tonight. I'm very excited for this fight. I absolutely love Tank. He's one of my favorite fighters. I've been a fan of his for a while. He's really what got me into boxing. I love his fighting style, how he does everything. And he's obviously he's 5'5" or 5'6" or something, and I'm 5'6", 5'7". So I'm around that same little height there. So I just love to see the little guy like that, destroying. So I'm a big fan of his. I love that. And this fight, I'll give you guys my perspective on the fight, what I think is going to happen. Like, I've obviously been super excited for this. I have to work tonight, obviously, but they should have it on the TVs. So I'm hoping. If they don't, I might cry. But I'm hoping they do, and then I'll do a little bit of work here and there, and then I'll watch the fight. So yeah, but my perspective on the whole deal is, now I may be a little one-sided here. I'm not really though. I'm not really, because like I said, I love Tank. He's an absolute beast. Okay, but so is Ryan. He's an absolute animal. Tank obviously has more experience. He's been in bigger fights. He's had more fights. I think he's had maybe 6 more fights than Ryan. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think he's 28-0 and Ryan's 23-0 or 24-0. I don't know. So somewhere around there. They're both obviously really good. And all these people I've seen talking about it, it's always one-sided. It's either Tank or Ryan, and it's always one-sided. And they're always like, okay, blah 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 doesn't stand a chance. Ryan's gonna knock him out. Tank's gonna knock him out. This is a one-sided fight. Whatever. No. It's not a one-sided fight. I'm going to give you guys an honest opinion here, which I feel like a lot of people need to actually hear. Obviously, like I said, when this comes out, it's going to be over, so we'll know what happens. But this fight is straight up 50-50. It's going to be a hard fight. It's not going to be easy at all. I obviously want Tank to win because, like I said, I'm a fan of his. Love his fights and everything. Obviously want Tank to win, but I think it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Like, I'm honestly a little nervous. I'm excited for the fight, but I'm a little nervous for him. Just because, like I said, it's 50-50. Even he said that. Like, I've watched a bunch of interviews of his and stuff. And even he says, like, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. And a lot of people call him, like, say that he's scared for saying that or whatever, but I think he's just calm. He's just calm. He understands the situation, and he knows it's a big fight. So, it's 50-50. It's going to be, I think it's going to be his toughest fight he's ever had, which I know he said that as well. And look, I'm not going to disrespect Ryan in any way. Ryan's obviously an insane fighter as well. He's an absolute animal. He's got crazy speed, crazy power, but it's just hard to back that man. It's just hard to back that man. I don't know. I respect him for his religion. I think he's Christian. I don't know. I know he's really strong in his faith, whatever it is. I think it's Christian. So I totally respect him for that. Respect his relationship with God and all that. Love that. But man, it is just hard to back him. I don't know. Like, all the interviews I've seen with him and everything, he's just cocky. And, like, he is calm. And, like, I heard on George Janko's podcast, he was saying that he's, like, serial killer vibes. I kind of get that. But he's just very cocky and very just, I don't know. It's just hard to back him, which I understand you have to be like that for a fight. But, Tank is just very calm. He's like very straight up with everything. Like, one of the interviews I watched with him, like I said, he said it's 50-50. He's not bringing his family to the fight because of that, because it's going to be a straight war. And he knows, like, he could go down. And I don't think that takes away any credit from him, like, thinking that he could win. I don't think, like, that, like, a lot of people are saying that takes away, like, his confidence and stuff. I don't think that takes away his confidence and stuff at all. That's how he's been through all of his fights. Like, if he thinks it's going to be an all-out war, he doesn't bring his family, which I think is totally understandable, totally respectable with that. Like, you don't want to, if you, like, you think you're going to win. He thinks he's going to win. He knows he's going to win, but there's always that slight chance, There's always that slight chance he's going to go down. It's going to be bad. He doesn't want his family to see that, obviously. So, I get that, but it's going to be an amazing fight. I think it's going to be the best fight we've had since probably, like, Floyd and McGregor, their boxing thing they did. I think it's going to be the best fight since that. I think it's going to be pretty freaking good. So I'm excited for it. Excited to see how it ends up. But like I said, I think, in my opinion, Tank's, not just because I'm a fan of his, I think Tank's going to edge it out. Like I said, I love boxing. Love the whole thing. So I watch a lot of, like, film on them and everything, just to, obviously, for myself, learn more stuff and everything. But I think Tank is going to edge it out. Tank, in my opinion, is more of just an all-around fighter. He's more of an all-around fighter. He still has speed and power. I think his speed and power Ryan and his power are even. The speed is the only thing that's there. Ryan may have a little more. Tank's speed is still insane, but Ryan's obviously, like, the fastest fighter you've ever seen. So, I think they're pretty flippin' even. That's why it's 50-50 fight. But I don't know. I think Tank edges it out just because I feel like he's a more all-around fighter. He does more stuff. Now, a lot of people are saying he takes more hits, which he does. I understand that. He takes a lot of hits, but that's just how he's been in every fight, and he still knocks people out. So I don't know. I think he's more of an all-around fighter. That's just my opinion. Still no disrespect to Ryan. He's an absolute animal, but I think Tank edges it out and takes the win. I think it's going to go deep, though. A lot of people are saying it's going to be, like a 2-3 round thing. I know Ryan's saying it's going to end in the second round by a knockout. There's no way. Like, obviously, there's obviously that chance with, like, because I know a lot of people have seen that clip. I might add this. Now, I say this all the time. I might add this in here, but I know everybody's seen that clip of Ryan fighting. I don't know what his name is. He's fighting somebody, and they're going out, whatever, and Ryan sneaks in a left hook. You don't even see it. Like, you have to go frame by frame to even see that hit the guy and knock him out. So, Ryan's speed is insane. So, obviously, he could get that, and he could make that happen. And it could happen. Like, I'm not going to take that out. Like, he's an absolute animal. Like, it could happen, but I think it's going to go deep, man. I don't know if it's going to go. I think it's a 12 round. I think it's a 12-round fight. I don't think it's going to go all 12 rounds. I think it might end like 8 or 9 would be my guess. I'm going to go 8. I would say it goes 8 rounds, and then somebody ends it. But like I said, I think Tank's going to edge it out, man. He's an absolute animal. I feel like he's an all-around fighter. When I watch film on Ryan, he's obviously a beast, like I've said. He's a beast. He has crazy speed. But like a lot of people have said, and like Tank said about this, he doesn't keep his hands up that much, which it's his fighting style to not keep his hands up. because of his speed and stuff. Like, that's his style. He moves himself around. He has a more unique kind of thing he does. But really, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. He doesn't keep his hands up much. And Tank, I don't know. Tank does. He obviously gives windows as well where he doesn't have his hands up. But also, Tank is short, and he uses that to his advantage. He also, like, squats super far down a lot and keeps his hands up. So, like, he takes himself to, like, their waist level, and that's hard for them to get in there and do that. So he uses his shortness to his advantage. I don't know. It is so 50-50, but I think Tank's going to edge it out. I'm rooting for him. Excited for it. We've talked about this a lot. I don't know if you guys care about this. I don't know, but I wanted to, bring a different topic on here a little bit. Get into a little different situation, see what you guys thought about that. So that's my opinions on the fight. I'm excited for it. I could really talk about that all day. What else we'll talk about? What's his name? Devin Haney, is that his name? I think that's his name. I may have that wrong. I'm sorry if I have that wrong. Devin Haney, I think is his name, which is one of the other guys in their weight class, which I think he's the top dog right now, Devin Haney. And I did not know this. Like, obviously, I knew they were, like, the three top dogs, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Tank. I knew they were the three top dogs, and there's one other dude, Shakur, whatever his name is. There's, like, the three top dogs in their division right now. I think Haney is the top, and I think I have that name right. If I have that wrong, I apologize, but I think Haney is the top dog right now. And he's 28-0 as well, I think. But I didn't realize. So Tank is 28-0, but he's also 28 years old. Haney, I think he's only 23 or 24, and he's already 28-0. Like, that is crazy. I did not know that. I didn't realize that. Like, I knew he was an absolute beast. I knew, like, obviously he's one of the top dogs in the division. I think he is the top dog right now. I did not realize, though, that he was 28-0 and he was only 23 or 24. Like, that's absolutely insane. And that dude's also an animal. So he's, like, shout out to him. He's also just an absolute beast. So I was watching his podcast with George Janko, and, I mean, that kid's insane as well. He's just crazy. So I didn't realize that. But so for the boxing fans that may watch this, that was a nice little segment there for all of us. But yeah, I don't know. That's an exciting division. I know Haney has a fight with somebody coming up, which will be interesting. But I'm excited for this fight tonight. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, when this comes out, it'll be over, and we will, see what's going on. But that was my opinion. We'll see if I'm right. I got Tank winning it in the 8th round. Tank in the 8th round. That's what I got. So we'll see if that comes out right. But, yeah, we'll move on to some other things. I got some other topics on here. I don't have a ton. Like I said at the beginning, I don't have a ton. I just kind of jumped on here to get an episode going. I don't know. But, okay, so we're completely switch here because I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about on that. I mean, I could talk about it all day, but I don't think you guys want to hear that. Just trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about around that. I don't think so. So going to some work stories here. Actually, we'll go to a gym story. So I was talking about the gym. So I was at the gym the other day, and I'm leaving the gym, right? I'm leaving the gym, walking to my truck through the parking lot. I get to my truck, open my door. I'm about to get in, and some dude pulls up behind me, rolls his window down, and goes, Hey, man, can I talk to you real quick? Now, what I should have done, if I was a normal human being, I should have jumped in my truck, locked the door, and drove away, right? Because if somebody just rolls up on you and says, Hey, bro, can I talk to you for a second? No, you can't. Please get away from me before I call the police. Like that, that's where we're at in society. But, I turned around, I was like, yeah, what's going on, man? What's going on? And he says, I don't even remember what he said, but him and his friend that are in the car pull off into a parking spot and want me to follow them. Another red flag, right? Another red flag. Shouldn't have done it, but I did. So I walk across the street. I'm like, yeah, hey, what's going on, man? He says, look, this is a kind of out-of-pocket question for you, but could you use the home theater? I said, what? I'm sorry? He said, could you use the home theater? Buddy. I was like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Why are you asking me? Pops the trunk open. He has like 4 of these big sets in the back of his truck, probably stolen. Let's be honest, they're probably stolen. He says, listen, man, we're on our way back to our warehouse or whatever. I don't know, back to where their boss was. And he's like, look, we got an extra one of these. We were supposed to only pick up 2, 2 or 3, whatever, we got an extra one. And if we take this back to the boss, he's just going to get rid of it. So I wanted to know if you wanted to buy it. I was like, listen, man, I don't really know if I do. I'm going to be honest. I don't really know if I do, man. He says, no, listen, I'm going to make you a sweet deal, okay? Now, these things they usually run you $2,000. And at this moment, I was like, okay, $2,000, I've got about $2 in the bank account right now. So, that's probably not going to happen. So he's pulling up all this stuff on his phone. He's like, look, $2,000, man. This is what they usually go for. Now, I'm just going to swing you an offer here, right? I'm just going to swing you an offer and just let me know what you think. Could you do 800? Could you do 800? I said, I don't know, brother. I don't know if I could make that happen. He said, okay, no worries. Hey, look, like I said, we got this for free, right? So anything that we make is profit. So what do you think you could do? What do you think you could do, man? I'm like, I don't know, man. Look, I'm about to move, I don't really need to spend any more money. Like, I'm trying to save right now. I'm broke as a joke, to be honest. So, like, I don't really need, I'm not ready to do this. He's like, nah, man, just throw me an offer. Worst I can say is no. I said, listen, man, okay, best I could do is 20. Best I could do is $20. And he says, okay, yeah, well, we're going to wrap it up, man. Thanks for your time, though, because I did ask you. So, hey, but thanks for your time. And, yeah, thanks for talking to us. I was like, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Because, yeah, I don't know. Best I could do is $20. And at that point, that's stretching it. Because I am broke at the moment, everybody. I'm broke now. And like I told you guys in the last episode, I'm about to move with my girlfriend, and I need money to move. So I'm working a lot. I'm trying to work a lot as much as I can. So I should be good, I'm just a lot of stuff went down that I can't really talk about on the podcast right now. Maybe at another point. We'll see. I tried to bring a guest on today. I tried to bring Pasty back on. It was very, very last minute, though, so he couldn't make it on. We're going to try and get him on for an episode sometime coming up. But there's a lot of stuff that went down that it screwed a lot of people over, messed a lot of things up. And, I was without a job there for a little bit. And without a job, trying to still pay for things, trying to still pay rent, it drained my account quite a bit. So we're back in the working game now. And I'm actually working at Fuzzy's now, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, which is actually a pretty sick job, I got to tell you. It's pretty, I love all the people I work with. It's just a pretty fun environment. And a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people say that it's like they couldn't work there, it's just way too busy. I don't know, it's not really too bad, though. Like, it gets, I'm about to work tonight. It's Saturday. Tonight's Saturday, the fight's tonight, so I'm sure it's going to get crazy. But, I mean, it's not too bad. Like, you're just busy doing stuff. Time flies when it's busy, so it's not too bad. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, that's where I'm working right now, and we'll see. I can't talk about it on this episode because I have to get clearance from other people. So we'll see if we can bring Pasty on and maybe talk about some of that stuff at another time that went down. But yeah, I just completely blanked. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, the stereo story. We just completely got off track there, So yeah, we'll see if we can bring Pasty on and maybe talk about some of that stuff another time. But yeah, some stuff went down, so I'm broke. I'm waiting for these new checks to come in because I need them. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Here's a story coming from work the other day. So like I said, I'm working at Fuzzy's now. I'm pretty new. So I'm learning the ropes, everything, getting everything down, and I have to take the trash out for the first time. So what you do with the trash, you obviously take the trash cans out, and you got to take them out one of the doors. And it's like across the street. The trash can you throw them in is like across the street. You got to walk back there a little bit. It's kind of a sketchy situation, but it is what it is. So I'm taking the trash. I think this is what it was. I'm taking the trash out, or I was either on a break and I was just sitting in my truck or something. I don't know. Either way, I had to go out to the parking lot, and it's dark at this point. It's like 8 o'clock at night, 8 or 9 or something. I go out to my truck, or I'm taking the trash out or something. It's dark, and then I'm coming back in. When I come back in, at first I didn't even notice what it was. I turn my head and I see a Michael Myers mask staring at me. Okay, now. I'm not going to lie to you guys, right? I'm ready to fight people, right? I'm ready to fight people. If somebody's going to come at me, it's going to go down, okay? So I'm ready to go. I turn my head, see the Michael Myers mask, boom. I'm in shock immediately. I'm like, shit, I'm about to die. I'm going to die. So at first I didn't even notice like what I'll get to what it was, but I turn my head and I see the Michael Myers mask, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. My heart starts racing, but you got to play it cool. You got to play it cool, because if somebody in a Michael Myers mask is staring you down, you got to play it cool, right? So keep my head forward, go to the door, not even gonna look back. Now, what it was a hearse that somebody had brought, or that was driving around. I don't know. It was like, I've seen one of these before when I was in Florida. There's only one other time I've seen one. It's like a horror horse, or not a horror horse, a horror hearse. Like, I don't even know, man. Okay, I don't know. It was a hearse with a bunch of scary stuff on it, and I don't know if it was a person with a Michael Myers mask sitting in the passenger seat just staring me down, or if it was just a mask. I don't know. Okay, but when a hearse rolls up with a Michael Myers mask staring you down, it puts you on edge a little bit. So I just made my way to the door, got in as quickly as I could, came in, slammed the door closed, and went on with my day. Now, later during my shift, other people started to notice, and then some of the employees I was working with, everybody started to freak out a little bit. But, it is what it is. So that was interesting. That was very interesting. I don't know. That scared me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. That scared me a little bit. And what else scares me? This just brought this into my mind. I don't know if I've talked about this on here before, but maybe I have. Our street that we have here, that my house is at, so there's only one street light. So even when it's on, it is terrifying, okay? It is awful. So even when it's on, it's still not great. It's very dim. It's very horror movie-like, right? But the problem is, half the time, so I work like later shifts. I work in the afternoon. So let me check the time real quick, make sure I'm good. Yeah, we're good. So I work later shifts. So I work through, tonight I'm working 5 to midnight. So later shifts, whatever. So I come home pretty late. Now, if that light is not on in the street, which it's not half the time, it is pitch black, total darkness that I am immersed in, and I have to make my way. We don't have enough room in the driveway for everybody's vehicles. So I have to park across the street, walk across the street, make my way down the sidewalk, around the house, down the staircase, into the basement door in my room, okay? So you think about that. I'm immersed in total darkness. My head's, all the thoughts racing through my mind. It's like, okay, somebody's waiting for me in the darkness. So let me show you what I do, because I think I have my keys right here. Hold on, let me see if I can reach these. Okay, let me show you what I do here, right? So I have my keys because I just know somebody's waiting for me in the darkness, right? And I am prepared. Now, this just popped in my mind. My girlfriend, she gets very scared as well, but she has irrational fears. Irrational fears. She thinks clowns are waiting for her in the sewer, okay? So there's a little sewer grate you have to step over, and she freaks out about it. Now that, I'm not really that worried about that. I'm worried if somebody's going to pop out of the darkness and try to kill me with a knife or put a gun in my face or something, right? So this is what I do. So I have to walk, like I said, from my truck across the street down the sidewalk. So here's what I do here. Set the mic on for a second. I take my keys. Now, I have this big one for my truck. I also have one for my house. So, I don't know. I usually don't do both. I just take this big one, right? So you take this big one here, put it in between your hands, and I'm ready to go, right? I already have my rings on this finger, so, those will do something. But you got this ready to go. If somebody's going to come at me, I'm boom, boom, bah, bah, bah. Done. Get out of my face, son. Get away from me. I'm boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna do whatever it is. Okay. I've had this talk to a lot of people before. So, hold on. We'll focus on this. So, yeah, that's what I do. I put this in between my fingers, and if it comes to it, I'm just going to take it, and I'll just shank somebody with this thing, right? I don't really know if I can show that on YouTube, me pretending to shank somebody, but boom, boom, boom. I am going full animal mode, man. If somebody's going to try and take me out, they're going to have to put everything they have into it, because I'm not going down without a fight. And that's what just popped in my head. I've had this conversation with people before, because now, this is scary stuff. It's very sad as well. Like the thing that happened with the I think it was Idaho, where those college students were murdered, which again, sad stuff. Prayers out for their families and everything. Awful situation. But since that happened, obviously, I know a lot of people have been on edge, and I live next to a college campus, right? Like, I'm next to a college campus, so it's a very similar situation. And it's freaked me out a little bit since it happened. I'm obviously a little more precautionist. Is precautionist a word? I'm not sure about that. So if I just sounded like an absolute idiot, that's fine. But, I'm a little more on edge, making sure doors are locked and everything like that, right? But here's what I've talked about with people, right? So everybody knows, like, this is not just, I'm going to sound like an a-hole when I say this. This is not just me. Like, everybody knows I'm a fighter. Like, I will take somebody out. And, like, most people in the house expect me to fight somebody if somebody broke in. I sound like an a-hole saying that, but I promise that's just what it is. Like, if Pasty comes on here, we can ask him. That's just what it is, right? So I've talked with people about this. If somebody tried to break into my room, right? Now, my door's messed up at the moment, so you have to actually, like, force it closed a little bit. And so if somebody wanted to come in, they would have to push it pretty hard, and I would hear like it trying to make its way through. So if somebody tries to break into my room, right? I am not a deep sleeper at all. So I hear that noise, I am going fucking insane. Okay? I'm flipping out of my bed. Now, I have a window that opens up and I can crawl out a little ladder and get out of here. So I have, a few different escape plans. Now, the door does have a lock. It doesn't work at the moment because when I put the new door on, blah, blah, it's still messed up. Whatever. Okay? So, it's whatever. But if somebody was trying to break through that door, right? Now, let's just go. We'll imagine that the lock works for now because that's how it used to be. So here, the door's not very great, right? So somebody could definitely just break through it. But if that door's locked, somebody's trying to break through, I'm going to say if it's a real strong person, I'm going to say I have a good 5 to 10 seconds before that door gets broken through and they're in the room with me. So here's escape plan number 1. I am going to I'm going to rip this shit off the window, open that sucker up, and go through there as fast as I can. That's escape plan number 1. Now, if I can't make that happen fast enough, right? I can't make that happen, then you got to go to option number 2. You got to fight for your life. That's what it is. You got to fight for your life, and there's no other option. You have to take on whatever's coming through that door, right? Now, I have the same plan for if anybody was to ever try and kill me or if anybody was to ever kidnap me or anything. I'm just going to try to out-psycho them, right? Like, I'm going to grab... I can't... I don't know if I can, like, say this or do this on YouTube. So, I won't say that. Okay. But I'm just going to try and out-psycho them, right? So that was my plan every time. So if I can't make escape plan number 1 happen, now at my parents' house, I had things in my room that were set up for if somebody broke in. I had weapons ready to go, okay? And I was not going to go down. Here, I do not, for a few different reasons. I just don't have anything. I just don't want to bring anything here for a few different reasons. So that's the situation, right? So if I can't make it out that window, I can't do it, then here's what I'm going to do. No, I've thought about this a lot. Here's what I'm going to do. Somebody breaks through that door. I'm flying at them at 100 miles an hour and tackling them back through it, right? I'm tackling them back through it. I played football for a long time. I'm tackling them back through it with the hardest fucking hit I've ever given in my life, okay? I don't care. At that moment when my adrenaline's going and everything, I don't care. I'm not trying to think, oh, this is going to hurt me. No, I'm trying to run through that person, okay? Run through them. They're on the ground. Now, who knows? They have a gun, they have a knife, whatever they have, right? You got to be prepared for that. So you got to be looking for it, whatever hand it's in, right? Now, there's 2 options you can take. You can either you tackle them back through. Now you're on top of them. You're on top of them. Pound in their face. Option number 1. But if they have a gun or a knife, they're most likely, still going to do something. So I don't know. During the tackle, they might drop it, right? They might drop it. That would be the hope. They drop it, and then you just go to town, giving it everything you have. Everything you have to survive, right? So that would be the best bet is if they drop the weapon. If they don't drop the weapon, then you have to be looking at their hands and be looking at where it is, and you have to be quick. You have to be quick, and you have to take a bet that you're stronger than they are. And you have to put everything you have into grabbing that hand as quickly as you can, slamming it back on the floor and holding that shit down, okay? Now, once you get there, I don't really know. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a wrestle, right? And you're just going to have to hope that you are stronger than them. So yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that, but that's my survival plan at the house. I don't really know where I was going with that, but yeah, yeah. That's my survival plan. 100%. Now, if I don't know. I don't know. That's my survival plan if somebody breaks in through the basement. If somebody broke in upstairs, which if you've seen the other episode with Pasty, people have done that before, then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I would do if somebody broke in upstairs. But yeah, that's my survival plan. That is my survival plan, and I am 100% ready to go. Yeah. And at this point in this house, like, we're used to just crazy stuff happening and random things like being thrown in our windows or, random noise happening. Like last night, I come home from work. I got home at like 8:30. Coming upstairs, hanging out with Pasty. We're sitting in the living room talking, and all of a sudden, there's just a massive bang on the door. And I was like, so do we want to go check that out? He's like, nah, no. Now, he may have been a little scared, but we didn't even check it out. We didn't even go look because we're just used to it at this point. So, it's probably not good because that'll probably what am I saying? That'll probably end up getting us to take it. What am I saying? That will probably end up getting us taken out at some point, right? But, yeah, that's where we're at. I don't know where I was going with that, but we're going to take a quick break real quick so I can make sure the camera's running and everything, make sure everything's good. I've got another story we're going to get into that's pretty interesting, and then we're probably just going to wrap it up. So, got a little more going for you. Now, you're going to want to stay for this last story. I'm telling you right now. It is a great one. It is amazing. I found the link to it the other day. I sent it to myself, and I have been excited to tell this. So get ready. We'll be back in 1 second. Okay, we're back, everybody. I just realized I was an idiot, and usually I don't stop my recording, so then I can just match it up with the video and just cut both out at the same time, but I just stopped it for some reason and had to restart it, which really isn't a problem. I'll figure it out, but it is what it is. Yeah, so we're back from the little break there. There was really no break for you guys. We're going to jump into this next story real quick. I got to pull it up on my computer here. Yeah, that keeps recording. What is this that just popped up? I don't need that. Thank you. Let's go. Come on. And here we are. Now, you guys are going to love this. You're going to love this. You really are. And I'm very excited to get into it. Here's the title. Get excited, okay? Man kidnaps girlfriend at gunpoint in shocking marriage proposal TikTok video. Wow. That is exciting. That is electric. That is insane right off the bat. This just happened the other day, okay? This is a fresh story for you guys. That is insane. Man kidnaps girlfriend at gunpoint in shocking marriage proposal TikTok video. You've got to be kidding me. Now, we've obviously seen crazy marriage proposals, crazy gender reveals, shit like that, but you don't see anything like this. This is ridiculous. I'm telling, like, I can't even get past the title. Like, when I propose to my girlfriend, I'm not planning on kidnapping her at gunpoint. That's just me, right? But we'll get into the story a little bit. They have pictures on here, okay? They have pictures, and it's insane. I don't think I can even put these on here because they're gonna think that it's insane. So here's what the first line of this thing says. She fights, screams, and weeps while being kidnapped, blindfolded, and dragged to her waiting husband-to-be in the shocking TikTok video. What the hell is that? I just don't understand how... And it's like, his friends and family helped with this, okay? How do you all come together and you're like, so, Mom, I need a good idea to propose to her. Like, I need a good idea. And she's like, well, why don't you just shove a gun in her face and kidnap her? Like, why don't you just do that? Why don't you just kidnap her, shove a gun in her face, and make her think she's gonna die, and then, oh, surprise, proposal. What? What are you talking about? What's going on? That's insane. So we'll get into it a little bit. Here we go. An Australian man. Now, there's your first red flag, right? Australians, psychopaths. So that's probably why. An Australian man pretended to kidnap his girlfriend in Lebanon for an elaborate surprise proposal. A video of the shocking engagement was shared to TikTok by his sister Talia, I think that's how you say it, Talia, earlier this month, which she captioned, "How my brother decided to propose in Lebanon." Wow. I mean, you act like it's such a subtle thing, like, oh, how my brother decided to propose in Lebanon. Oh, and then there's a video of her getting a gun shoved in her face, blindfolded, kidnapped, and she thinks she's going to die. She thinks she's going to die. Like, that is insane. Like, that is ridiculous. The video shows the bride-to-be, Vanessa, cruising in the backseat of a sedan with her family when they are I didn't even know this. So I'm right here with you guys. I didn't even read the story yet or watch the actual video. I just saw the title, put it down, and knew I had to do it. So we're together here, okay? So the video shows the bride-to-be, Vanessa, cruising in the backseat of a sedan with her family when they are stopped in the middle of the road by apparent criminals wearing... Okay. I'm going to sound like an idiot because I don't know what this is. I also don't know how to say this word. Balaclavas? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. Balaclavas. The strangers then dragged... They're stopped in the middle of the street. So just imagine this. Car, you're driving. Car, I mean, it's like a movie. You're driving. Car swerves in front of you. Stops you. Gets out. A bunch of guys get out. The strangers then dragged her out of the car at gunpoint with Vanessa fighting back. She's fighting for her life. Her family's just sitting there watching. They know what's going on. They're like, oh, bye. Okay. Please don't. Okay. You're okay. We're going to help you. Oh, no. What? Okay. So Vanessa's fighting back, screaming, no, please. Like she's fighting for her life, thinking she's going to die. It is only after the urging of her family that she allows herself to be taken captive and placed in another vehicle. So her family sat there and talked her into just letting her being taken. They're like, okay, Vanessa, just calm down. Just let them take you, okay? We'll get you back. Just let them take you. It's okay. This is insane. Now, they have the actual video on here. We're going to watch it right here. Oh, can I don't think I can listen to the sound. Oh my gosh. This had to be taken off TikTok. There's no way. Oh, can I see what these things are that they were wearing? Oh my gosh. I mean, this is insane. They're ripping her entire family out of the car. Like they're wearing like... Oh my gosh. I mean, this is insane. Oh yeah, so they're in like... okay. So that's just a black ski mask. That's what they're wearing. So they're all wearing black ski masks. They're in like vests and stuff. I mean, this is insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they kidnapped her entire family, I think. The video is very shaky. No, they didn't. The other, like her sister, whoever's videoing, her mom and her sister get back in the car and just drive away. Oh my gosh. And then they have people videoing her in the car when she's blindfolded and she thinks she's going to die. This is, I mean, she's shaking. Like, they're walking her to a location. She's shaking like she can barely walk. Like, she thinks she's going to die. Oh, my. And then she's just happy for the proposal. She's just happy for the That is ridiculous. Wow. That is insane. I'm not going with them. Vanessa is heard pleading. I told them I'll give them whatever they want. I mean, she's begging for her life. What ensues is disturbing to say the least, with Vanessa ultimately being dragged against her will while blindfolded, clearly fearing for her life, to a spot on the beach. Once they rip the blindfold from her face, she sees her boyfriend standing there with flowers in a black jewelry box. "You're joking," is all Vanessa can manage to say after the ordeal. And yeah, they still got married. They still got engaged. And the post that Vanessa put on her Facebook is just pictures of her and her boyfriend in front of a sunset, saying a dream come true. No mention of her being kidnapped, fearing for her life, and thinking that she's going to die. What follows in the video are tears, clear joy, and a sweet bending of the knee. The bride-to-be later posted to her own Facebook with images from the proposal, writing, "A dream come true. Adam always joked that he wanted to propose in a way to scare her, and my family joined in and made it possible when she was visiting family in Lebanon," the prankster's sister Talia told Daily Mail. That's insane. That's insane. And she says, they always play pranks on each other, so it's just their relationship. They always play pranks on each other, so it's just their relationship. Are you insane? Are you insane? I don't understand. You just held her at gunpoint while she was crying for her life, okay? That's not a prank. It says the overall planning took 3 months. Wow, that's ridiculous. That is insane. That is insane. I don't even know what else to say. So I was very excited to share that story. I obviously got into it there because I hadn't actually looked at it until I was with you guys on here. So I don't know. That is just, I don't know. That is just insane. But yeah, that was the last story I had. I'm going to have to wrap it up soon because I'm going to have to head out of here. I don't know how long we have. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. This episode might be a tiny bit shorter just because I was in between such a tight window. But yeah, I was very excited to share that story. Hope you guys loved that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up there because I'm gonna have to get ready to head out of here. But yeah, I think that's it. That's gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up here, guys, because I gotta leave. Thank you all so much for watching. I love all of you. Thank you for watching, supporting. Obviously love doing this, like I say all the time. You guys are amazing. This has been episode 17. And yeah, that's going to do it. Love all you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.